Hi guys, welcome back to Charmaine's Kitchen. Today I'm going to be sharing my recipe with you for fried rice. So come on guys, let's get started. In here I have 3 cups of rice, and when I say cups I mean this amount. It's not a big cup, it's just a shallow little cup. So in here I have 3 cups of rice, and I like to season the rice before I cook it. So here in the rice I'm adding here green onion, garlic and thyme into the rice to give the rice a nice flavor when I'm cooking it. And I would like to put some salt so the rice is not cooking without any taste, and I'm gonna add the salt in here right now. And my favorite, freshly grated black pepper, grind black pepper. So I'm just grinding a nice amount because you want everything to cook into the rice and give it a nice flavor. So I'm gonna turn this up to make sure everything is mixed. I have the rice washed and it was here waiting for me to season it. So I washed this rice until all the like powdery, cloudy white water came out until it was nice and clear. And then now when I add the seasoning, it's smelling so good. And what I need to add, I'm gonna put a little bit of oregano, and this is dry oregano. And I'm gonna put in here some Chinese sauce, and this you can find in any West Indian store, or I think you can find them pretty much in any store now into the different aisles. I'm finding them in No Frills and different store now. So you just want to put a little bit in the rice to give it that nice color when the rice is done cooking. So in here you can you mix this all in, and because I put 3 cups of rice, I want to put in here 2 cups of water to cook 1 cup. So I have 3 cups, I have to add 6 cups. And knowing me, when I'm adding my water, I always warm it up. So I already warmed the water, and I'm gonna add it in here, and then I'm gonna turn the stove on, and then let this here, I'm gonna pressure this rice for 12 minutes until it's done. And I have such a good smelling sense for when I'm cooking. I can tell by the smell of the rice when it's done. Sometimes I don't even check the time, but I can average by the smell, and then I know when the rice is done. So I just want to leave it open for a little until the water is all nice and mellow into the seasoning, and then I'll cover the pot. Okay guys, so I'm gonna cover the pot. As you see, the water is in, and it's very colorful, like it have a different color now, and all the seasoning is inside. So the rice is actually cooking with season. So when the rice is done, it's gonna be so flavorful. So I'm gonna pressure this for 12 minutes, and when it's done, the water is gonna dry out into the rice, and then I'll open it and let it air out, and then we'll show you the next step. Okay guys, so now that the rice is cooking, these are the vegetables that I'm gonna be adding to my fried rice. So here I have long bean, which we call bora in Guyana, and here I have carrots that I'm gonna be adding. I have some green onions, I have half of a big onion, and I'm gonna be using some red peppers cut in small pieces, and I have a green pepper, yellow pepper, and some orange that I already started cutting. So all these vegetables I'm gonna be adding into the fried rice, which will make it so much nicer, colorful, festive, and very, very healthy to eat. So after I finish cutting this up, I'll show you the next step. Guys, so this is the chicken I had cut up and marinating in seasoning, garlic, thyme, green onion, black pepper, salt, a little bit of Chinese sauce for overnight. So I did this since yesterday, and I had it in the fridge. So now I'm gonna fry this chicken up, and I will because this is what I'm gonna add to the this fried rice. I'm gonna fry this up and then I'll show you guys the next step after this. So I'm putting all the chicken in here, and this is seasoned for overnight, guys. And I cut them up in tiny small pieces because you want to have like every bite you want to have a mouthful of chicken, and that makes the fried rice more enjoyable when you have little bites of chicken. I don't know about anyone else, but I like to, when I'm eating my fried rice, there's a nice little bite of chicken in every mouthful. So I'm gonna fry this up until all the water is cooked out, guys. And I like to add some fresh thyme in here. I'm a big fan of thyme. Thyme is very flavorful with any kind of meat or seafood. I love adding thyme. The flavor of thyme is so very delicious, encouraging, and smells amazing. So I'll let this chicken cook with the thyme on medium heat, and then once the water is cooked out, then I'm going to be adding some other stuff into here. So I'll show you the next step. Okay guys, we're going to check how the chicken is doing, and it's cooking up nicely. You can't barely see the thyme now, it's all cooked in. And at this time here, I'm going to be adding some, nothing like grated ginger in the fried rice. So I'm just going to add a little bit of grated ginger, and I like to add it into the chicken because it's going to give the chicken a flavor as well as when we add it into the rice. So I'm adding it in here, and ginger is very good for a lot of health benefits. So I'm adding that into the chicken here. You can grate it, you can blend it however you like your ginger, and I just grate mine. And then I'm gonna give this a little stir. The chicken is almost done. I always like to do a taste test to see if it needs anything else. And I would like to add in there some onions. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my onions in here, and some green onions, and make this chicken more flavorful, even though I season it to cook. And I like to add at this point some more of the cheap Chinese sauce that I'm gonna add and make this color a little bit more exciting, not so pale. So I like to see the chicken when I'm cooking fried rice. I have this nice dark color, and it makes the dish look way better when the color is like this. Then you can see this nice color in here. I like to see that in my fried rice. So guys, the chicken is cooking up. I'm gonna let this go for another 2 minutes so the onions and the green onion and ginger can marry into the chicken and give it that nice flavor. In the meantime, I'll check the rice to see, because it's 12 minutes now since the rice was cooking, and we're gonna try to see how the rice looks. So let me open this pot. Yes, so you want the rice to cook like this and not with a little bit of grain, because I have to fry this back so it cooks perfectly. And you see I have that nice color. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna spread this out into a nice big dish so it can air out and get cold and stop the cooking process. And then I'll come right back and show you guys how it looks. Okay guys, so this is the rice. I put it in a big wide bowl so I can air it out and let the steam come out. It's actually shallow. It only looks like a lot, but see, this is the bottom right here. And you just want to cool it off so it can stop the cooking process. And on here, I'm gonna be frying up 2 eggs, and I have it here already in this bowl with some salt and black pepper. And I'm gonna be frying this up to add into my fried rice. So guys, I will do that right now. Oil was already on the stove. So we're gonna fry this up. See? And you don't want to make a nice, like too fancy of a fried egg, but I want to cook it so I can get to cut it up into small pieces and add it into the rice. When I make fried rice, I like to add eggs inside because all the other different things like vegetables, chicken, eggs, all that make your rice look so dressed up and very encouraging to eat. So I have 3 little ones in my house, and they're my biggest food critiques. So when the food doesn't look too colorful, or if it looks too plain, they will say, "Mom, what is this you're making today?" So I like to nice up the food and make it pretty. Even myself, when the food is nice and colorful and have nice things inside, anybody would like to eat it because we all eat with our eyes, right? So this is all we need to cook the eggs. And what I'm gonna do, you just need to cut it up like this into small pieces, little tiny pieces. And again, fried rice can make in so many different ways. Some people would add eggs, some people don't. Some people would make it differently. Like I pressured my rice, and just because it's late in the evening, I came home from work today and I don't want to do the long process. You can boil your rice, you can dry it down. You can make it there's so many different ways that I make it, but this is one way that I can make it real fast and have dinner in no time. So this is how you want the egg to break up, and I'm gonna leave this aside and get all my vegetables cooked, and we're gonna mix everything up and it's done. Okay guys, so now we're gonna cook the vegetables, and I want to cook it in a big wide pan because I'm gonna be doing all the mixing of the rice and the chicken and the vegetable in here. So on the stove I have some oil in this pan, a little bit of oil, and I'm gonna put the carrots. Carrots is the hardest thing to cook, so I want to add the carrots in first. So I'm gonna add this carrots and stir it up a little. And this carrot, I cut it fine because for fried rice I like to cut all the vegetables fine because I'm cooking rice, and when you're dipping it up in your spoon or whatever, your fork, you want everything to stay in place rather than to have like big pieces of vegetables. So I add the carrots, and I'm gonna go ahead now and add all the different color of peppers, the red, the yellow, the orange, the green, all the different colors. So I have to say thanks to my little one, Natalie. She loves to cut vegetables, and whenever I have vegetables to cut, she would always say, "Mom, can I help you?" And tonight, in order for me to get this done so quickly, she was my big sous chef who helped me to cut up all these vegetables. And look at that, guys. The color is so beautiful, like rainbow color into this pot. And here I'm gonna add a little bit of salt to give bring out the flavor in the vegetable. And I wanna add here, I have a little bit of onion, and I have one whole pepper, and this is a chili, and chili is a very mild. So I'm putting that in, and I'm putting the onion to cook with the vegetables so I can give it a flavor. And I will have to regulate the stove as I'm putting, because you don't want to cook the vegetables too much. And then in here I'm going to be adding some Chinese spice powder into the vegetable. So I'm adding that right here to give the vegetable flavor, because the rice is already flavored, the chicken is already flavored. So this is called Chinese spice powder, and this is a nice flavor that gives the fried rice a very nice flavor. And I added into the vegetable because the vegetables are plain, and when you flavor it up and you mix it into the rice, it makes everything taste better. And here I'm gonna add my long green beans, which is bora, we call them in Guyana, because I like when it's crunchy in the fried rice. So I'm gonna add it after all this rest here, so it's not overcooked. And then I want to add in here some fried rice seasoning, and this gives your fried rice a nice flavor. So I'm gonna put here a spoon of the fried rice seasoning, and I like to put it into the vegetable and give this a nice stir in here. And it's smelling so nice already with all those nice spices. And I like to give this vegetable a nice color. When you cook fried rice, the fried rice it can be white. You have to have that nice color of the fried rice. So in order to give everything a nice color, you have to put a little bit of Chinese sauce in here as well. So I'm adding a little bit of Chinese sauce here. So yes guys, see how nice that looks? It's like a rainbow in this pot here. And then at this point you can taste it to see how the vegetable, if there is not enough salt or anything, you can add it. But for the amount of things that I put in, I am sure that this is gonna be flavorful. And what you want to do is not to cook the vegetables too much. So I don't overcook the vegetable. I would let this point here, I would let add everything into it. So this is, I'm gonna do a mixture into this bowl, and then we're gonna fry up a little by little into this pot. So some of the chicken I'm gonna add into the bottom of the pan and mix that up into some of the vegetable, because I don't want to add the rice on the bottom and then add the seasoning is only in the bottom. So here now I'm gonna add the rice into here. So I'm gonna add little by little because I want to mix it in well and make sure that everything get coated nicely in all the flavor. So this is half of the seasoning and the chicken and the vegetable I put in the bottom of the pan, and I'm keeping the other half to mix in at the top so everything will be coated nicely. And if you look here guys, you can see how nice and juicy this look, and there's vegetables and there's chicken all over. So at this point here I can add everything into here, but I have to be very careful that my camera person doesn't get hurt, right Jess?
Yeah.
She is my very precious person. If I don't have my camera person, I cannot do this dish. So thanks Jess for being an amazing camera person. So I put all the rice into here, and along with some vegetable I had taken out and put into the side, and the rest of the chicken with all the flavor and goodness I'm gonna add in. See all that nice flavor that I cooked the chicken into. I just want to get everything into here so it can be all the goodness can go into the rice. So once I put everything in here now, see, I'm gonna mix it up into this pot. And guys, look how nice and juicy this look. Tell me if you don't feel like you want to make fried rice right now. So when you cook your vegetable, in a little bit of the vegetable juices, you don't let it dry down into the pot, because then you will have just dry cooked vegetable. But if you leave it in a little bit of the vegetable juice, and when you cook the chicken, make sure there is some nice flavor left in the bottom, and if for sure you're gonna have a nice juicy fried rice like this. So guys, I'm gonna add the eggs now, because you don't want the egg to be too cooked. So I'm gonna add the egg, all the eggs into here, and see how nice that's looking. And I have the eggs, and I have some parsley that I'm just gonna sprinkle on top. Look at that guys, look at that. So the parsley, fresh parsley, and some green onions I have on the top here that I'm adding into the last final minute guys. And when you're doing this part, you just want to have your stove on low, very very low, like so low, like almost turned off. because you don't want anything to cook too much. And you're gonna have this nice juicy fried rice if you don't put it on high heat. So guys, look at that, guys. Tell me what you think. Isn't this amazing? I just can't wait to do the favorite part now to show you guys. So I'm gonna plate and show you guys after. Okay guys, so this is the finished product. Look how beautiful this fried rice look, guys. You can see the eggs, there's chicken, there's all the different color of peppers and vegetables. This is just a healthy, happy dinner, guys. When you see this, you just want to eat. So there's so many ways to make this fried rice. There are so many things that you can add, you can take out, you can put whatever vegetables. Guys, feel free. Try this recipe and put whatever vegetables you like. So now I want to do a taste test. And before I do this taste test, I'm going to shout out to Michaela and Hannah, because those are two of my viewers who really like when I do my taste test. So shout out Michaela and Hannah. I'm tasting for you guys. So guys, I'm gonna dig in here with a mouthful of chicken, a piece of egg, and some vegetable, and I'm just gonna let you guys know how this tastes. This is a big mouthful, but I have to do it. I'm so excited. Guys, I can't even talk. This dish is so delicious. It's so rich with the chicken and all the different vegetables, and you can taste fresh parsley and green onion and everything, guys. And there's chicken and there's eggs and all the seasonings and flavor. My mouth is so happy. My family will be happy, and I hope you will be happy to try this recipe. So please, guys, subscribe to my video if you haven't done so yet. Please share, like, leave me a comment, let me know what you would like me to make next. Until then, I'm gonna be sitting down enjoying my bowl of fried rice, and hope to see you guys soon.